What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV. Back with another transfer talk today, and transfers is something that Arsenal certainly need to be getting busy with. We need to improve the squad in this January transfer window, particularly after the defeat against Chelsea. Don't forget, keep subscribing to the channel. Thanks for all your support. I will be doing daily transfer videos throughout January. I got positive feedback in regards to people wanting to do that, so I will be doing that. So let's get into it. Today's transfer rumours. It seems as if Arsenal are targeting defenders, which is no surprise after you see the way we've been defending lately. And, you know, players getting injured at a high rate at the moment. Socrates out with concussion. Chambers came off injured. Tierney's injured. Kolasinac injured. Bellerin injured. You know, we need defenders. The two names we're linked with today. The first one, somebody who needs no introduction, Jerome Boateng. The German international centre-back, former Bayern Munich captain, is being linked with a move to Arsenal. Rumours are that he's looking for a move. He's only played 8 times for Bayern Munich this season. They've got Mats Hummels, I think they play the guy Nicolas Sule, is it, at centre-back, who is younger than Boateng, who's a German international as well. So it seems Boateng could be surplus to requirements, and the rumours are that he could possibly be available in January. He's on big wages, and it seems as if it could be potentially a loan with an option to buy in the summer. Now, according to reports today, in quite a lot of the national press, it says that Mikel Arteta would like Jerome Boateng to come to Arsenal as he seeks some experience in the defence and leadership. Obviously, he used to play for Manchester City, so Arteta, I'm sure people at Manchester City have spoke a lot about him with Arteta. And Boateng, I don't know how I feel about that signing. I think 2 or 3 years ago, it would have been a major signing. At this stage in his career, is he another sort of David Luiz where he was a good defender and he's sort of on his way down? I don't know. I've got no doubt Jerome Boateng, even now, is probably better than what we've got. But in his early 30s on big wages, I don't know if that's the type of signing we need. But let me know what you think. Jerome Boateng, would you take him? He's tall, he's strong, he's got good leadership qualities, he's got a big reputation, he's a winner. He's won a lot of major trophies. Is he still somebody that we should be looking at, or is he past his best, and should we be looking elsewhere towards maybe a younger defender like Upamecano or someone like that? We did speak about Upamecano the other day. That rumour is still going around, but the only problem is now the rumour is that Manchester City and Tottenham are looking at him as well. Manchester City, of course, so short at centre-back at the moment with Laporte being out. They've only got Otamendi, even Stones has been injured. We've seen Fernandinho playing a lot there. And apparently Manchester City are looking at him as well, which, you would think if City go in for him, that would give Arsenal practically no chance of getting Upamecano. So let's wait and see how that one occurs. The next one is Daniele Rugani, a player that we were linked with under Arsene Wenger, and apparently we were close to signing back in 2017. We were also linked with him last summer. So clearly he's been on the radar for a while. The Italian defender seems to be, he's not getting game time. He wants to be involved in order to get into the Italian squad. And it seems as if Arsenal are looking at him again now. Apparently, Juventus would only let him go for a big transfer fee, whereas Arsenal, I'm not so sure how much Arsenal will be looking to spend in this January transfer window. Notoriously, we don't spend big money in this window. I know there was a time we signed Aubameyang in the window when we got rid of Alexis Sanchez in the swap deal. I know that summer we'd sold a few players like Oxlade-Chamberlain for big money. So we'll have to wait and see. I mean, are the board going to back Arteta sufficiently? You can see that the team needs improvement. I think, in reality, Arsenal need to bring in 2 players in this window. Of course, in the Chelsea game, one big piece of news was the fact that Granit Xhaka was not in the squad. Mikel Arteta said after the game that he'd been out through illness. Apparently he had a cold and a temperature. But the rumours were going round that, his move to Hertha Berlin is imminent, and that, he doesn't want to play in this game with risk of getting injury. Now, if Granit Xhaka was to leave, whether you rate him or not, he's certainly somebody we need to replace and upgrade, because the fact is our most balanced midfield is Xhaka and Torreira. And you saw yesterday that for all Torreira played quite well, his partnership with Guendouzi is flimsy. It isn't as potent, it's not solid. You saw we were wide open at the end of the game when Chelsea counter-attacked, and we do need somebody in there. For me, I would be looking at, Thomas Partey or Decore. I think they're two players we could get in this window. Don't get me wrong, I would also like maybe Ndidi, someone like that, but I don't see a transfer like that being attainable in January with the way Arsenal spend money or lack of spending. I think Decore is obtainable. I think he costs 30 or 40 million pound. He's powerful, he's a good age. I think he would sign for Arsenal, he would want to join us. And that is the type of player I think we should be looking for. So let's see what happens. I mean, I don't have faith in the Arsenal board, unfortunately. I've said time and time again, I believe the club will not make the necessary steps forward until we get new owners, and I believe that the fans need to be active in forcing these owners out of the club. And you can say that, Arsenal, people say, Arsenal spent money in the summer. They spent over £100 million, but it's who we spent the £100 million on. And, you look at the circumstances. Number one, Arsenal wanted Wilfried Zaha in the summer, 100%. And from what I've heard, they wanted him ahead of Pepe. Now, they couldn't sign him, or they didn't sign him because they weren't willing to pay more money up front. They got Pepe for around £20 million up front, with the other 50 million being paid over 3 or 4 years, whereas Crystal Palace wanted the majority of the 70 or 80 million up front. So they didn't sign their number one winger target. We're told that he wanted Thomas Partey in the summer, Unai Emery. He clearly wants a big, strong defensive midfielder. He wanted Steven Nzonzi. He wanted Thomas Partey. He even said publicly that he wanted Fabinho. Thomas Partey had a 45 million release clause. Again, Atletico Madrid wanted the majority of the money up front, and Arsenal wouldn't do it because they're installments.com, cash generators, buy now, pay later. You know what I mean? So the CDM you wanted, you didn't get him either. So we didn't buy a CDM in the summer. We bought, Dani Ceballos on loan, who's a ball player. So we didn't get that. And apparently he wanted Harry Maguire, which was unrealistic anyway. We were never going to get him with Man United and Man City chasing him. But then we signed David Luiz, who, as much as, in my opinion, David Luiz has probably been, along with Chambers, our best centre-back this season, it's not what we required, really. I think for David Luiz to be good, he needs to go into an already solid defence. He cannot come in and fix your defence. He's not that guy. So, as much as, we spent over 100 million, we signed players where they were very much like not guaranteed. David Luiz, you wouldn't say he's going to fix the Arsenal defence. Pepe had an element of risk. He's coming from Lille. He's never played in a European competition. That was basically his breakthrough season at Lille, the first real major season he had. So to pay £70 million, it was a risk, and we didn't know I was going to adjust to the league. And he needs more time. I still believe Pepe will become a good player. And then you look at Tierney, coming from Celtic, the standard in the Scottish League is certainly not the same as the Premier League. So we don't really know how good Tierney is, even at this stage, particularly defensively. I think there's no doubt attacking-wise and his crossing is good enough. But defensively, we're not sure. Ceballos has come in on loan, started well, but definitely lightweight. And he's going to take time as well for us to really see how good he is. And he's coming back from injury. I'll be interested to see how he does under Arteta. So overall, you look at the window. Martinelli, who we signed for around £6-7 million from lower league football in Brazil, has probably been our signing of the summer, which tells you that our window was not as good as we initially thought. It was probably more quantity over quality, and we were excited by the fact we were adding numbers. I still think Pepe could become a good signing. I still think Tierney could. But at this stage, the new signings have not had enough of an impact on the side. And I think it's going to be really important what the board do in this window. Because sometimes you have to accelerate the plans you had for the summer to January, because we are potentially in a crisis. As I said, we're 6 points off the bottom 3, 11 points off the top 4. To me, our only hope of rescuing this season is by winning that Europa League. In this window, I think we have to sign a centre-back. We have to sign a defensive midfielder. And I would even be looking at a right-back, even a backup right-back to back up Hector Bellerin, who is struggling with injury. But let's wait and see what happens. So the news today, coming out of the club, well, around the press, Jerome Boateng, Daniele Rugani, they're the two we're linked with. Let me know what you think. I haven't seen much of Rugani at Juventus. I really don't know how good he is. I've seen him a few times in the Champions League. And Jerome Boateng, is it too late to sign him? Let me know what you think. Keep subscribing to the channel and we'll be back. Bless.